everyone. Hello, it is Thursday? Question mark? I don't know. I did like 3 or 4 webinars today. My brain's fried. I'm very confused. But we have a good idea we're working on. We hopefully will bring you some news soon. We're kind of excited about idea we're cooking up. We have to do a little bit more research and understanding. And again, it is not a new host. It is me, showered in glasses. I know that's new. For 2 months, I've been unshowered, no makeup. I don't wear my glasses on camera that much. I don't have contacts. I just get migraines today with the weird weather. So no, not a new host. I'm still Tara. This is still the week of Tara's menu staples. Do not be fooled by the fact that I actually, practiced hygiene. You're welcome, everybody. That's for you at home. Today, we are going to make probably my favorite cocktail in the world. And it is a version of a simple cocktail I'm sure you've all heard, but with a very, very important change. So we're going to go out there and see what all they're doing. I can hear that Greg is screwing around on a pallet jack. What am I going to do? He's here again. So let's move out there. I hope you guys all had a good Thursday. It was kind of stormy. Still is. I don't mind storms at all. That's exciting. All right. Oh, the gin is leaving the building. Hey, Keith. Hold on. Whoop. Hi. Oh, Dave's blocking you. That's normal.
Of course. I'm just waving bye to our gin.
That's what I said. The gin has left the building.
The gin has left the building. Well,
hello, friends.
Welcome to another fine Pour at 4.
I told everyone, also, this is not a new host either. His hair looks very good today. He says he didn't try. I actually think it's working. These are not new hosts.
No, I love being lazier and it looking better.
Ugh, that's the best.
It's the bestest.
It is the bestest.
Speaking of the bestest.
Woo! I did a toe touch. Y'all couldn't see it, but I did it.
She did. It was spectacular. But not as spectacular as the cocktail I'm about to make, which she created.
Well, I tweaked a very classic cocktail.
You did tweak a classic.
So this is a buck, but I did it in a very important way.
You did.
Yes.
And I'm going to be doing my best to do
I'm more of an
justice.
editor. I'm an editor.
Yeah.
Let me take that thing and make it a little bit better for you. See, didn't that work out?
Still waiting for you to fix this.
Oh, God, Greg, I don't have time. If you gotta have the time or the inclination.
I'm not God!
Really, the inclination is the issue there, isn't it? So, what we're going to do, normally you make this.
This is a horse. So normally it's actually a buck. A lot of people know it as a horse feather. This version is called a Horsefeathers.
And it
Because
starts,
I can.
as with any good drink.
Ice.
Ice. Ice is important, especially since it's warm out. And this is another one of those, I feel like we talked on it earlier this week, refreshing whiskey. No, I need a Vaseline lens.
This is not the first season of Drag Race.
Shh.
I wish it would.
Do you?
No,
Is that
actually,
where we
season
go
7
next?
was, I think, my favorite, but that's
You're getting off topic.
getting off topic.
Like that never happens.
Yeah.
So, starting off, also, as any good drink, 2 ounces of rusted whiskey.
Again, I would suggest a sweeter corn whiskey if you do not have rusted whiskey at home. I would not make this with a rye.
No.
Or even, as much as I hate to say it, or a scotch. This needs to be a sweeter whiskey.
But full-bodied, and the reason...
Agreed.
Because
Guys,
of what you
it's
found.
here. It's here.
This is another one of those spirits that we absolutely love, and the only reason we keep talking this one up is because it's becoming a pain in the ass to get. But we're going to be doing a half
You don't want to know what I had to do to get it.
You really don't. Half ounce of cherry hearing. Now.
And it has to be cherry hearing. I refuse for you to have this cocktail with a substitute.
This
Change the whiskey all you want.
This is it's true. This is so much richer. I mean, the only way I'd even think about it is like some ports. It is very big and rich.
I do know Internet Wines, because again, this being a cordial, Internet Wines, I think, is selling it in some states, can ship. Mm-hmm. Missouri is not one of those.
Not one of those states.
Side note.
We're going to be doing just a dash of lime juice. And so this already calls for a generous dash of bitters.
A hard shake, as it were. We're going to do
and
more.
We're going to be even more because, again, we're going to be turning ginger ale into ginger beer. So we're going to be meaning some business on that bitter.
So, normally a good 2 hard
would
shakes
be fine
if you're using a ginger beer.
Because we're using ginger ale, but then...
Sorry.
And again,
for the Union Pacific.
Actually it ends up very pretty when you have that nice layered effect.
Yeah. So this Horsefeather, again, we'll go over. I saw like 7 more people just joined. It is 2 ounces. Is that just because I like whiskey? 1.5 to 2 ounces rested whiskey.
2 ounces. It's so much better with 2 ounces.
2 ounces. It's so much better with 2 ounces. Cherry herring, lime, in a generous dash of cocktail bitters. We, of course, did a little bit more because we are turning ginger ale into ginger beer. If you either have a ginger beer or even, I would say, a really gingery ginger ale like those in Michigan can get.
Now, I built this in the glass, and you can see that herring is so rich. It's kind of...
God, it's so good.
Sitting on the bottom. Now, because I'm not just going to pound 2 ounces of whiskey.
We're splitting it for safety.
We're splitting it. I'm going to do a little bit of a roll just to get some of that picked up and added to it.
So this, again, a buck is one of the first cocktails. It is a whole class of drinks now. This Horsefeathers,
there you are.
And we'll flip this around, is phenomenal. And again, the addition of cherry herring.
Greg is going to get one.
Is there enough for Greg? The addition of cherry herring to this.
Oh.
Again, if you don't have cherry herring, there's nothing wrong with making a buck, which is rested whiskey and ginger beer. Now, again, I added the herring and the bitters because I think those 2 things should be added to 80% of the things that you're drinking anyway.
All right. There's a Greg cocktail. I do say if you don't have the herring, I would not. It is not interchangeable.
It's not
with this.
Not even a little bit. We tried it, and I was set.
To me, and
damn
it's
that's
ridiculous.
good.
I would use almost a port.
I would
take
too.
Its place. I think you could make a more decent, respectable version using a port if you don't have herring than any other cherry.
But I do know that
port.
most places, because again, the liquor content of this, you can ship this most places. Because it's technically a big wine. It's 24%. So it's under that limit. That's all random tax code that none of you need to know, but because of its percentage of alcohol, most states should be able to find
it
that.
as a wine.
Yeah. And again, every state has their own laws for both liquor and shipping, so don't be mean to craft distilleries that can or can't ship. It's not their fault.
It hurts our feelings.
It hurts our feelings. It is not our fault.
I am sensitive.
So if you do not have cherry herring, I would either not make this drink and just find some other delightful drink, or again, I think a big port, it'll be different, but it will add a nice nuance to it.
And again, we showed you 2 other cocktails yesterday that are of this, like, buck, mule.
Yeah.
Caliber.
Also, sorry if there's a lag. Our internet has been horrific today.
A touch sketch. Yes. Oh, God, these are good.
I know.
It is fantastic when you get a big, spicy ginger beer.
and
but
again,
it's still good.
The cherry herring really balances that ginger bite. And that's why I also think the additional cocktail bitters to it. Cocktail bitters add a ginger flavor, but not the same as a ginger beer. Again, the wide world of ginger for those who were with us yesterday.
Ginger beer has the ginger heat.
Yes.
Ginger bitter. I mean, by the way, I don't know if we ever touched on this in it. When we talk about using a ginger, we haven't even gotten to the wild world of bitters. Angostura.
And that is not me and my personalities. Or
On
is
the
it?
second episode of the Wide World of Bitters. No, Angostura, the most common cocktail bitters out there.
It is what people know of bitters. Now, there's thousands.
This is what we mean by this is actually ginger-based. So it's going to go ahead and add a big ginger flavor. Now, the other, let me go grab a bottle.
And again, one of these,
we have one buried somewhere.
for your home personal use,
will
last you a while. Maybe even a lifetime. I buy it by the case.
Well, I'd say you can get the large.
Yeah.
I was trying to look for that bottle of Pashad's that is buried around here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Second most. Oh, ours is abused, so forgive us.
Oh, yikes.
There might have been a leak. This is Pashad's, though. This is the next most common. These two are not interchangeable.
Oh, God, no.
This is actually, despite its red color, licorice and anise is the big flavor that goes in this.
Hi, pen guy. Thank you. We love this cocktail. Jeff, our pen guy.
Oh, pen guy.
It's horrible. That's what he made really cool.
What
pens
are
for
other
us.
uses of...
For what? Cherry hearing or bitters?
Besides for the different bitters?
Because again, you're talking to the queen of bitter selection.
You're queen of bitter.
I have a lot of bitters, and I use them in a lot of different ways.
One of my favorite pictures, and I'll have to find it.
Bitters. So she wants to know for bitters.
Honestly, because they're so intensive, you can use them like liquid.
You keep talking. I'm going to go get just a couple that I have.
She's really excited about this, by the way. The bitters can be really fun. I've used them in cooking. There's just other... And also a lot of people will use them for actual, like, the medicinal purposes. But again, this is going to be more this licorice, and it's this bright red hue. The Angostura, you're going to go ahead, you have that ginger. You can get chocolate bitters, lemon bitters.
These are ones that are literally just handy.
Yeah,
and we have one of my all-time favorite plum bitters, staple.
And this, like, if you were doing... I honestly could use this in a cake frosting, I think.
Grapefruit bitters I have used just in club soda. Orange.
Isn't there chocolate around here somewhere?
There is. These are just the ones that are literally handy. I love bitters.
She does. And you can make a lot of fun cocktails with it.
But again, I just, putting some in club soda. I actually, to be fair, I've used the grapefruit bitters in my diffuser as aroma.
And in looking at it, like, I could see if I wanted to do, like, a lemon bar or things like that, trying some of these in frostings and actually balancing that sugar while still adding a lot of character to it.
Yeah.
Your favorite, peach. You take peach and you mix it with peach schnapps.
I was just like, I own peach bitters. I don't like the flavor of peach. Somebody asked, what do they do in a cocktail? They add depth of flavor.
Oh, yeah.
Karen, plum bitters goes in anything.
That's true. Literally anything.
Plum is a flavor component that a lot of people don't use. It is very underrated, and it is so nuanced without being weird. It literally fills out.
It's more aromatic than it is flavorful.
Yes, it's
which is the neat thing about it.
But yeah, what they do in a cocktail is they can introduce, like the grapefruit can introduce a new flavor where you don't want it to be heavy. Like the ginger we use today can enhance a flavor you're already using, ginger with ginger.
Well, here, I got a theory with this.
Is it bunnies?
Sure.
Buffy the Musical reference. You're welcome.
All right, I want you.
So Keith is theorying. Me and Dave were just hanging out. Also, again, Dave still has not seen this. If you know Dave, if you're friends with him on Still 630, we are counting on other. We're not telling him that we have this.
Oh.
It's up to the world.
Supporting Dave, to be honest.
Do plum bitters? Plum bitters in an old fashioned. I have substituted plum instead of traditional cocktail bitters.
There we go. So, the one I was wanting to kind of say for a cocktail, and the reason I brought them out, this becomes a huge note. And this is triple sec.
I was seeing the peach.
All right. Let me get it closer. So this is going to be a huge note in the cocktail. Lots of peach.
Too much.
This is going to be an accent into a cocktail. That's really a big thing that bitters do.
Wall color, trim color. That's a good way to think about it.
That's a fair way to think about it. You want to add a little bit of it to it, but you want it to be noticed.
Yeah.
This is a huge part of it. And that happens with a lot of these bitters whenever you're wanting to incorporate that flavor.
I actually like mint bitters. And one, I find it easier to find than a good creme de menthe. I also usually rinse when I use creme de menthe because it's overpowering, so I'll rinse it and dump it. Instead of doing that, a dash of mint bitters does the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
I also find this is easier to find than a solid than a
and also,
non-decaper.
Of the examples I had out here, what's nice is there's no sugar coming from the bitters. So you don't make a cocktail any sweeter.
No, you're just adding that flavor of what it is, which I think is why I probably like bitters so much. You're adding a flavor or an essence without upping the sugar. And I am not a sweet drink person.
Well, and I think that's why bitters become so popular among bartenders, and you don't see them used at home, is we really want to control how sweet that drink is.
I thought you were just going to end it with control things.
I mean, we do. Let's face it, you're already on that side of the bar here.
Or are you on the other side of the bar?
No, this one has a sink and an ice drawer. You're on the other side of the bar.
We don't know.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yes. Yeah, no, for people, again, when you're, instead of adding, sometimes like the lemonades, the juices, they will add sugar and texture, and they will change the way the drink, and texture is an underrated component of a drink, as you and I talk about quite a bit with not only the egg whites, but other
cream, all that
texture-y things. It is an overlooked aspect of a drink.
And that's also true when you're talking about it, when you have those sweeter mixes, like you were talking about the lemonade, the white sodas. The bitters are in fact bitter, and they help knock some of the sweetness down in its taste. Now again, the sugar's still there. Right. But you bring down, it's kind of like, again, to refer back to baking, why you do a little bit of salt in a lot of desserts is you want to knock some of that sweetness and accentuate it a little bit.
Yeah. Accentuate. It's upsetting.
It's upsetting, so much so that you started crying.
It's not my fault, my eye's being weird. So, for those at home...
I don't know, we're going to get into the eye.
Well, if you ever see my one eye be weird, I had surgery on this eye as a child. It does weird things, can't always control it. It's known around the way as the creepy one-eye blink.
The doll eye.
The doll eye is another way.
Show them the doll eye. Go stare at that camera and doll eye our entire audience. There you go. I'm going to drink while you do it. Get in there. Get in there.
Just real close.
So, oh, yeah. I'm awkward. There's a reason it's creepy. Yeah, see? Horrifying. Horrifying. Especially when you have a phobia of dolls. No!
It's real fun when I turn into it. That's really creepy.
Yeah, I hate it.
Now you all know that I can do that.
Yeah.
And it's on camera.
Let's try sleeping at night now.
Knowing that exists in the world, yes.
That's out there.
Yes, that's also the same. I have the tetrachromia, just out of the one eye. My parents did drugs.
My eyes are just eyeballs.
They were hippies. What are you going to do? I don't know.
Yeah, see?
Yeah. It's not my fault. So, yes.
What do we have? I mean, we ended up, going a lot on the bitters.
Well, and I think it is, so again...
It's an underappreciated...
I think it's the same reason I like, again, the cherry herring adds such a bold flavor without messing up a texture,
but it does add a sweet, but it's so deep and big.
Yeah.
It's the same reason as why we use the Chambord. It's the same reason about why we want the Cointreau. There's sometimes just really great examples of incorporating those flavors.
Yeah,
and cherry
this is a good cocktail of all of them.
Yeah. Well, and cherry is so abused on the market. Like, you can get some of the, razzmatazz is not a good raspberry replacement.
No!
But there are other,
But it is a good blue flavor.
But there are other, framboise cordials that aren't as good as Chambord, but are going to be close.
Yeah.
There's no other cherry
cordial
that is
so the one we have, and again, there is a place for this. I won't say there's not. It's just
cough syrup.
Not
The place
this
is cough
drink.
syrup.
And I've used this to decent effect in non-drinks of this, is a cherry-flavored brandy. These two cherries, this is like, again, artificial candy cherry. And I'm not even going to say Jolly Rancher cherry. Like,
no, Tootsie Pop. Like,
yeah, like super artificial snow cone bad cherry.
That has never seen a cherry before, other than the picture on
There's
the bottle.
one on it, but it's even like out of frame.
This is actually made with cherries.
So is, and again, we've used it before.
Maraschino?
No,
Okay, yeah.
This brandy and this brandy aren't even close.
One of them is brandy. Guess
This
which one?
So this is Edelbrand. They're out in Marthasville. And they're using Bing cherries, which are like hey, let's go all out and get the greatest cherry we can. This is way more actual cherry. This is a different way to do a real cherry. Yeah. This is cherry flavoring.
Yeah.
With liquor. Not the
Ta-da.
same. Not the same.
What else is there to cover, though?
I don't know. I didn't say anything, but that we are working on some exciting plans. We're happy to release everything when we get it. Still just curbside. Buy it at your local stores.
We're coming up with things, though.
We're trying, but no. We want to keep making, and as you can see...
We're actually still making right now.
Well, that's where Keith is. This is where you would be if you were in this building. We can't have that right now, and... Well... You should have some mint bitters. Yes, you don't. Somebody said we're the Mary Poppins of booze. You don't even want to know. You don't want to know.
Can I fly with umbrellas?
Can't you? I don't know. Yes, that is. You can make infusions with simple syrup as well. That's a great way to actually get. Flavors.
One of my favorite simple syrups around the holidays is I'll actually do a brown sugar cinnamon.
It's really hot and sticky today. It's gross. I just need to take a minute.
I've referred to it as goopy outside.
I need to take a minute. Okay.
Why didn't we have that on film?
And back.
That was great.
And back.
Hello. I just needed to go freshen up for a minute.
I spun around.
You basically
with my
roboted with your arms
I
out.
roboted with my arms out. That was... Yeah.
I totally forgot what I was talking about.
It doesn't matter. There's no law anymore.
No, there's
We're
no law.
We're coming up with exciting ideas. We're going to continue trying to educate and entertain.
Do what we do.
What did Shane say this was? It was a delightful mix of awkwardness and education.
Yeah. And we're sorry any education got into it.
Yeah, we didn't plan on any education.
No,
so
this was literally
that's
designed
free
just to
and
be
you're
awkward.
welcome.
We thought that was the selling point down here.
Yeah.
This is your fault.
Anyway. Again, if there's weeks you want to see, I'm not opposed to someone emailing us or, messaging us 5 cocktails and we do, Pen Guy Week. Yep. Don't duplicate a recipe. And try and keep it within things we can get.
Yeah. Which is minimal right now for anyone who saw the Dead Nettle.
Yeah, if you were here for the Dead Nettle julep, we tried.
We tried.
But yeah, we do have, even if we just briefly scan, we have options. And again, we're not opposed to asking our friends, namely Jerry, to see what he has at his home bar to bring on down. We've done that. I've checked my home bar. We've got some items. Home bar. So, if you've got ideas or if you want to get a week, we're excited. I am so excited about tomorrow's special guest.
That is going to be fun. We've missed them.
I'm so excited. Yes, we have a very special guest.
They usually message you while we're doing this so they don't watch.
Horrible. He's going to come on the show. He clearly doesn't watch it. Mm-hmm. I'm surprised he hasn't messaged me right now because he has no concept of time.
Like there was 3 days this week that he messaged you while we were doing this.
We have not had single barrels reserved for a while. Our last, again, so the single barrel reserve is when a barrel is special. And yes, blah, 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 all barrels are special, whatever. No, really special.
And you know what I think part of that is, though, if I could be honest? So, secretly, our rested whiskey, we've been able to let, mature a little bit longer and
Agreed.
longer.
The rested whiskey with the change has been a little bit more...
So, they're not... The rested whiskey on the whole got better, so it's really...
Yeah.
Has to be above and beyond when one of those single barrels gets
Yeah,
picked.
I would honestly say, so we're on batch 78. Batch, I think we just said it was between 58 and 59 is when we started getting into that new set of length and time and formula that from 58 and up, it has just gotten so consistently closer to our old single barrel.
Yeah, the rested whiskey got closer to... Exactly. So now, that bar got moved.
It's fine, Greg.
You want me to work or you want me to dick around? It's up to you.
You see this drink,
Is
Greg?
it?
I made it for
That
you.
is on camera. He acknowledged that what he does is up to me.
No.
Here at work. Otherwise, it's up to Rebecca.
I didn't say I would listen. Ooh, that's big.
Story of my life. Right? Again, you don't like
sweet,
ginger.
But then it tapers off, but it's not bad.
It's the cheering hearing.
Yeah, no. Oh, nope. Second drink, much better.
It has sat for a while,
Well,
to be fair.
I wasn't sure what I was tasting.
Just put it in your mouth.
Please.
Jeff, I think
At
you
home,
got...
it's fine, not here.
I think we saved those for you because we did not bottle single barrel last year.
No.
So I think we had saved you 2 bottles.
Might have set some aside.
We have not bottled it in 18 months.
Yeah. I mean, again, every now and then there's one we watch.
No biting, God. I hope not.
Fighting? Is it supposed to be fighting?
No.
Yeah.
That's one of the things we do in my family.
I am the boss
That's weird.
of my own destiny.
I'm my boss of
In a title, there's a title involved. I think it means nothing,
I'm
but
the
that's
boss
okay.
of Destiny's Child.
Yeah. That's a big deal.
So you're Beyonce?
No, that'd be Kelly Rowland. Actually, what is Beyonce's mom would be the boss of Destiny.
Yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with it. So. Yes, tomorrow, special guest. We are finishing up
Oh yeah, that's what we were talking
Tara's
about. So proud
staples
you.
of menus. So tomorrow we're doing a Tom Collins, and we're teaching you how to do a real Tom Collins, not this bullshit vodka with mixer.
Not a Steve Collins.
Not
Not a
yeah.
Steve.
That's
Or
a
Phil Collins.
that's
Hey,
a.
Phil Collins is very different.
And I'm not a fan. So I don't. There it is. Everybody has that popular artist that they don't like. Mine is Phil Collins. He ruined Genesis. There, I said it.
Mine is anybody after
Peter Gabriel, forever. What?
Mine is everybody after the year 2000.
Greg's is anything post metal 1996.
Yeah, it's
He's been rocking hip hop lately, though, like old
Yeah, but it was
Yeah,
all
80s
like
hip-hop.
yeah, it was like 80s
It's
up
cool
to
for me.
93.
I like it now.
I said old
Biz
school.
Marquee was
Yeah.
93. I heard that. I love me some Biz Marquee.
I'm trying to think if I
So yes, we're going to teach you how to do a real Tom Collins tomorrow. By the way, it's gin, and it's your own mix, and it does have an egg white. So
And our gin
there
is
you go.
spectacular.
It makes
for
the
Collins.
best Tom Collins. And then our special guest is doing a play on a Collins. We'll see you tomorrow. We're really excited.
So,
We're really excited for tomorrow. And then next week is what? Is next week Champagne Week? Oh my God, is it here?
why am I always expected to know these things?
I wrote it down so I didn't have to remember.
That it,
Yes.
Yes!
Thank
Very
you, Greg.
exciting. I just got a notification it's time to pick up my Walmart curbside order.
oh, good for you.
So, there we have it. Hope you guys are enjoying all of this out there. Again, be kind, be respectful, and just be aware that everybody's doing the best they can with what they can.
Yeah.
And not everybody can do what you want them to do.
And
That
if
doesn't
somebody-
mean they're not trying.
And if somebody tells you they're closed and you can't come in, respect that.
Please.
Don't be a jerk about it.
Just
It
be
is
respectful.
frustrating.
It is
Yes.
it is getting very frustrating.
I'm drinking more.
Um,
It's gonna make it worse.
everybody's got to make
I
choices
love it.
and do what's best for them. Respect what that is for everybody. Also, one shout out. We want to say hi and we love you to Shane over at
Hi,
Paddle
Shane.
Stop.
We do love you.
We're thinking of you and we're with you. If you need anything, let us know.
We're here.
Again, other than that, for shout outs for restaurants, Call them.
Call them.
Ask them what they're doing and how they're doing it.
Keep supporting them. Find your favorite guys, but
that's
call
all you
them.
can do.
Mm-hmm.
So other than that, stay healthy.
Stay safe. And keep your
spirits up.
Clink.
Dave.
Close enough.
Clink.
Dave. Can we tape a glass to
Oh
Dave?
my God, it's tape a glass right there.
We're doing it.